Municipal English Secondary School. Okay, today we are going to learn our next chapter, that is lesson number 6 of Science Paper 1, Refraction of Light. Yesterday we have seen some topics of refraction of light. Before that, let us uh, let us learn about which are the topics, which are the learning objectives of today's topic, that is discuss about the laws of refraction and rules for refraction. So yesterday already we have seen the laws of refraction and the rules for this refraction. And second one is what? To understand the concept of effect of atmospheric refraction. So what is the concept of effect of atmospheric refraction? Means twinkling of star, okay, and sparkling of diamonds. What is the reason behind it? To understand the concept of total internal reflection and rainbow formation. Okay, so these are the learning objectives of today's topic. Before that, before starting the lesson, before starting your topic, let us a short recap of yesterday's topic. That what is the recapitulation? What is the recap? Means what? Yesterday we have learned about the incident ray, refracted ray, and emergent ray. What is that? Is when the light passes through the glass slab, there are two mediums. Observe that figure here. There are two mediums. One is air and second one is glass slab. Okay. When light passes through the glass slab, means what? It incident on the glass. That ray is nothing but the incident ray. And when it is passes through the glass slab, then that ray is called as refracted ray. Okay. And here two refractions occurs, that is first refraction and second refraction. In second refraction, what is here? The light rays passes from the denser medium to rare medium. Look at that diagram. Here the light when passes from the denser medium to rare medium, that ray is called as emergent ray. Okay, and it is denoted by the E. Okay, now first of all remember this incident ray is denoted. It forms an angle between the normal ray and incident ray. It forms an angle. That angle is called as angle of incidence and it is denoted by I. Okay, and when the angle is formed between the normal and refracted ray, that angle is called as angle of refraction and it is denoted by the R. Okay, and third one is what? When the angle which is formed between the emergent ray and normal, that is your angle of emergence. Okay, and one thing is remember that angle between the that angle of refraction and angle of incident, which one? Between the glass slab, it forms a two angle, that is R and I1. Both are equal. Okay, so remember this point. And incident ray and emergent rays are always parallel to each other. Okay, now we are in last lecture we have learned about the laws of refraction. Which are the laws of refraction? Remember these 2 points. These are very important. Okay, and also take a screenshot of this PPT. Which are the laws of refraction? That is the incident ray, the refracted ray, and the normal ray are in a same plane. Okay, and second one is what? The ratio of sin I to the sin R is always constant, and this is also called as Snell's law. Okay, so please take a screenshot, student. These are the very important points. First is the laws of refraction, and what is it called? That is Snell's law. That is sin I means what? Sine I is nothing but the sine of angle of incidence divided by to the sine of angle of refraction is always constant. Okay, and what is it? It is nothing but the what? This is denoted by the small n, and that small n is nothing but the refractive index. That nothing but the refractive index. Now, yesterday also we have learned about the different rules for the refraction of light. Look at this diagram. We have learned this yesterday. That is ABC diagram. In A diagram, look at the A, that figure A. Look at, observe that arrows. The light rays passes from the air through the glass or through the water. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay.
Okay, students, observe that this diagram shows, first, A diagram shows that the light rays passes from the rare medium to the denser medium. Okay, there are two mediums, that is air and water or air and glass. Take a two transparent medium. So light passes from the air to the denser medium, that is water. And when it passes through the denser medium, the light rays, that refracted ray, always bend towards the normal. Remember that when the light passes from rare medium to denser, the refracted ray always bend towards the normal. And second one, that is B. What is that? When the light rays passes from the denser medium to rare medium. Look at that diagram. The arrow indicates from denser to rare medium, means from water to air. When the light passes from denser medium to air medium, the refracted ray always away from the normal, right? So it is always away from the normal. And when the light passes through the normal line, okay, then there is no reflection, there is no incidence, and there is no refraction here. Angle is 0. Okay, the direction of light does not changes here. So remember this point. Okay, so these are the three rules for the reflection of light. Now next one is what? Refractive index, that is denoted by the N. N here written as the 2 and 1 means what? Refractive index of second medium with respect to first medium. Okay, and the formula of the refractive index is velocity of light in first medium to the velocity of light in second medium. So remember students, the refractive index is always depends on the velocity of light of medium. The velocity of medium. What is the velocity of light in that medium? Like for example, air. Okay, the speed of light is more faster in air than the glass, right? Because of the density of glass is more than the air. Okay, so speed of light is more and more faster in air than the glass or than the water. It is totally depends on the density of that medium. So speed of light is less in glass or less in water than the air. So what is the formula of refractive index? Is V1 upon V2. Remember this, N is equal to V1 upon V2. Okay, so refractive index, and also remember that when the refractive index is increases, when light passes from rare medium to denser medium, the refractive index always increases. Remember this very, very important point, that when the light passes from rare medium to denser medium means what? From air to glass or air to water or denser medium, the refractive index always increases. When the refracted rays bend towards the normal, refractive index increases. Means what? When the density increases, the density of medium increases, refractive index also increases. Only remember this line, that density of medium increases, refractive index of that medium also increases. Okay. For your knowledge, at your textbook page number 75, they are given the substances and their refractive index also. Okay. So let us start today's topic, that is apparent position of star, or what is the reason behind the twinkling of star. Why does it happen? Okay. Now look at this diagram. Here there is stars and there are two mediums. Now before that, you understand that our earth having a atmospheric air, okay, it having many atmospheric layers, that is many layers are present in our atmosphere. Okay, so troposphere, stratosphere, mesospheres, ozone layer is also there, also exospheres are there. So it atmosphere having belt of layers, there is a belt of layers of air. And this air means this atmospheric air consists of particles, dust particles. It may be consist of many gases here, right? So it is the totally belt of atmospheric air. So earth is covered with atmospheric air and it is having different layers. So depending on, there is a thickness of layers. So thickness and density also increases. The atmospheric air is having many dust particles and gases are there, so density also increases. Okay, and also it is having, there are hot layers and cold layers are there. Okay, so air is maybe hot or it may be cold. Now hot air, the density of hot air is less than the cold air. Okay, remember this point. And atmosphere having many layers, many gases layers are there around the earth. So here look at here, that yesterday I told you that vacuum is nothing but the vacuum. Where is it present? It is present in a space, right? The space is totally covered with a vacuum. There is no medium, there is no air. Now medium 1, look at that figure. Medium 1 is nothing but your space, and medium 2 is nothing but the atmospheric air. Okay, so outer cover of our earth, that is atmospheric air. Now we know that vacuum is a rare medium, and medium 2, that is your denser medium, because atmospheric air having many dust particles, gases particles, so density of atmospheric air increases. Okay, so when now star, what is star? Star is having its own light. Okay, and it is very far away from us. Okay, and when the light passes from the star, this is a point source, star which appears to be point source, very far away from us, it having larger distance from us, right? So when the light rays passes from the star, it gets refracted through the atmospheric air of the earth. Now rare medium, which what? That is vacuum. Okay, that is your space, and denser medium is what? Your atmospheric layers. So 3-4 layers are there. And when light passes from rare medium to denser medium, what will happen? What is the rule? What is the first rule is there? When the light passes from rare medium to denser medium, the refracted rays always bend towards the normal. So there is a, when it passes through the atmospheric air, what will happen? The refracted ray again and again bending towards the normal. Okay, and it, because of the bending towards the normal, so it changes the position of the star. Okay, as the density of air increases, the refraction, that refracted ray bending towards the normal again and again. Okay, and star is coming towards us from rare medium. It travels from us the rare medium to the denser medium, and it bends towards the normal continuously. Okay, and it looks like the star appears to be higher position in the sky because of the bending of refracted ray. It appears at the higher position in the sky. Okay, and this is nothing but the apparent position. The apparent position of the sky keeps changing and changing. Why? Because there is a movement of air in our atmosphere. The air changes its position again and again because the density of air and also temperature of that air. Because of that, the moment of atmospheric air also changing its density, and because of that, the refractive index also changes. Remember that the density, as the density increases, refractive index also increases. And because of the movement of the air, continuous movement of the atmospheric air, it changes its position, and also the refractive index is also changes, right? The velocity of that light changes, the refractive index also changes, and because of this, what will happen? The position and the brightness of that star keep changing continuously. Okay, so it changes continuously and the star appears to be twinkling. Okay, so this is the reason where it having two mediums. Okay, and look at there, look at again next example, that is sun. Effect of atmospheric refraction. What is the effect of atmospheric refraction? Means what is the effect of that atmospheric air or atmospheric layer on the sun? What is the effect of that? First of all, what is meant by the atmospheric refraction? Atmospheric refraction means what? When the light rays refracted by the earth or atmospheric earth. So earth atmosphere, because of the atmospheric earth, what will happen? The light rays refracted again and again. Okay, it always refracted towards the normal, it always bent towards the normal. So the light rays refracted by the earth atmosphere, that is called as atmospheric refraction. Okay, so here is a, because of the atmospheric air, because of the atmospheric air, what will happen? The light rays bending again and again, refraction happens again and again, it occurs. Okay, continuously it occurs. So look at this diagram again. Here there is a vacuum, right? Medium 1 is vacuum, and medium, here look at there, I written here 1 2 3 4, that is nothing but the medium. These are the atmospheric layers, right? These are the atmospheric air is there, these are the layers of air. So it may be troposphere, it may be stratosphere, it may be mesosphere, it may be exospheres. Okay, so ozone layer also there. So many layers, because it cover, our atmosphere is covered with many layers. It consists of dust particles, it consists of many gases. Okay, so density of that layer increases, it gradually increases from 1 to 4. Okay, it gradually increases from 1 to 4, right? So it becomes denser medium. Okay, and vacuum is your rare medium. So apply here again first rule for the refraction of light, that is what? The light rays passes from rare medium to denser medium, then what will happen? the refracted ray always bend towards the normal. Understand this. Remember this. So you have to remember all the three rules, right? So first rule, here we have to apply the first rule, that is the light rays passes from rare medium to denser medium. The refracted ray always bend towards the normal. Okay. Now look at that diagram. There is a horizon. Okay. And before, what will happen if a sun appears during the sunrise and during the sunset? The sun appears larger than actually is. Okay, why it happens? The sun rays, that sunlight rays, passes from sun towards the earth. Okay, it passes from the rare medium to denser medium, and when it passes from the rare medium to denser medium, then it passes from the first medium. Again the light ray refracted and bent towards the normal. Again it passes through the second medium. Okay, so denser medium is increases, so density of that atmospheric air increases, and that refracted ray always bend towards the normal. So again and again refraction is occur, right? So continuous refraction is there, and that refracted ray bending towards the normal. Okay, and because of this, what will happen? The refractive index also changing. Okay, so as the density of medium increases, the refractive index is also increases. So there is continuous refractive index is also continuous changing here. So because of changes in atmospheric refractive index, the position also changes. Okay, so here when the sunrise is there or sunset, before the sunrise and before the sunrise, means above the horizon and below the horizon. Okay, sunlight rays are refracted in a curved path. Look at the diagram. It shows the curved path, right? So that curved path reaches due to the refraction towards the earth. Okay, so it refracted and that rays reaches to the earth. Okay, and we can see the sun even before and after the sunrise or sunset. Okay, so this is the way why the sun appears larger during the sunset and during the sunrise, or the sunrays are there, get refracted, the refraction of sunrays there or light are passes from the rare medium to denser medium, and it reaches to the earth and the sun for a short while. Even after it goes below the horizon, we can appear or we can see the sun. So this is the reason. What is the effect of atmospheric refraction is there, or what is the effect of the atmospheric air is there? So many layers are present in this here, and to remember, vacuum is a always rare medium, and the atmospheric air is a denser medium. And also remember here, the refraction occurs when the density of medium increases, the refractive index also increases. And because of the atmospheric air, means there is a movement of the atmospheric air, because of that what will happen? It affects on the refractive index. It always changes its refractive index. Because why? Because the velocity of light also changes. Okay, so it changes its velocity of light because of the density of that medium, and that's why the refractive index of that medium is also changes. Okay, so this is the reason why the sunrise and sunset happens, or why the sun is bigger than it's actually is, and why the stars are twinkling. So star having its own light, they are not twinkling, okay, but the position, because of the position of the atmospheric air, because of the refractive, changing the refractive index, and because of the velocity of that medium, velocity of that light and density of that medium, it will, that shows the position, and the brightness of star appears, keep changing there, and it appears to be twinkling. So there is a continuous changing in the atmospheric air, it appears to be twinkling, and here also same like that in on the sun. Okay, so next topic, what is about the next topic, that is nothing but the dispersion of light. Before that, just we take a plastic scale. You must have seen that there is a when you place the plastic cell in front of your eyes, what we are seeing, there are lights, right? It scattered the some lights, that is different colors of lights are there. Or when you see the CD player, that CD having different colors. If you look at that look at that CD, if you place it in front of your eyes or in the sun rays, what will happen, it's scattered into the different colors are there, that is the band of different colors. So what is means that, what is means that, that is nothing but the dispersion of light. Now what is the reason behind it, what does it happen, why does it happen, what is mean by the dispersion of light exactly? So first of all, the sunlight is there, sun rays are there. The sun rays are nothing but the white beam, okay, that is the white colored, that rays is actually white in color, okay. So that is the white beam, okay. And when the white beam is incident on the prism, look at this diagram, this is your prism, okay. Now this prism, when the light beam is incident on that prism, the light rays scatter in the form of different colors, okay. For this, the Sir Isaac Newton was the first person who discovered this spectrum of that light, means band of light is there, by using the glass prism, okay. Now look at this diagram, there are different colors. Which are they? These are the rainbow colors, right? So violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, and red. These are the 7 colors, right? So the light rays divided into different colors, which are the rainbow colors. Now these colors all are having a different wavelength, means these are having different wavelength with different frequencies. All the rays having different frequencies, the deviation of that light rays is different, okay. So wavelength of each color is different. First is red. When the color spectrum is there, the outermost part of the color is always red, and the lowermost part of that spectrum is always violet. Remember that. And the red color, the wavelength of the red color light is 700 nanometer, and the wavelength of the violet light is 400 nanometer. Okay, and here 1 nanometer means what? 10 raised to minus 9 meter. So look at here, the wavelength of red light is 700 nanometer. The frequency is more. Okay, so the frequency is more, the radiation is more, the wavelength appears to have different colors is there, and red light having maximum wavelength, that is 700 nanometer. Remember this. and violet having the 400 nanometer wavelength. Okay, because of that, what happened? Because of the wavelength, the light rays, that is the red light, deviate least. The deviation of the red light is minimum than the violet light. Okay, so that's why we use the red light in to stop that signal, the stop signal having the red light, right? Because of its wavelength. So wavelength of the red light is 700 nanometer. That's why it is used in traffic light, that is red light. Okay, and depending on the wavelength, the scattering of light totally depend on the wavelength of that color. So each and every color having different wavelength and different frequency. Okay, so wavelength of red light is 700 nanometer. That's why it deviates least, mean bending of light is least. It is minimum. The bending of light is minimum than the violet light. So angle is, look at the angle, the refractive angle is there, the angle of refraction is there. Okay, so the bending of red light is minimum than the violet light. So there are the vice versa. Wavelength is more, the bending of light is minimum. Okay, and if wavelength is less, the deviation of light is more. Remember that. If the wavelength is more, if the wavelength of that light is increases, the deviation of light is decreases. Okay, and violet light, the wavelength of the violet light is decreases, the deviation of violet light is increases. Okay, it gets scattered more because of the shorter wavelength, because of the shorter frequency, the violet light scattered more than the red light. Okay, now what is the definition of dispersion of light? Please student, take a screenshot of this dispersion of light. What is the definition here? The process of separation of light into its component color. Look at this, the process of separation of light. Split that definition. The process of separation of light, that white beam incident into the prism and the refraction happens, means what? Dispersion of that light, it gets scattered into different colors, right? So the process of separation of light into component colors, right? So there are 7 colors, that is the rainbow here, that components colors while passing through the medium. So 2 mediums are there. One is rare medium, that is your light, and one is denser medium, that is your prism. So refraction happens here from rare medium to denser medium. Okay, so what is the definition? The process of separation of light into component colors while passing through a medium is called the dispersion of light. Remember this and take a screenshot. Okay, now what is next? What is meant by the partial and total internal reflection? Okay, student, remember here, reflection, total internal reflection, not a refraction, here total internal reflection. It is very, very important point. Now, always, here also we have example, that is 2 mediums are there. First is air, that is your rare medium, and second one is what? Denser medium, that is your water. Okay. Now students, we know the Snell's law, that is sin I to the sin R is equal to constant, is always remain constant. Okay. Now take a denominator here, constant, to the constant side. So what will happen in next? Sine I is equal to sine R, right? Means what? Sine I is equal to sine R means what? If we increases the incident ray, the refracted ray, the direction of the refracted ray increases. Means what? If we increases the angle of incidence, the angle of refraction also increases. So both are equal. If we increases the angle of incidence, angle of refraction is also increases. Remember, okay? So look at the diagram. We have to compare the both diagram, that is A and B. Compare the both diagram. Now here the light source passes from denser to rare medium. Remember, this is the rule number 2. What is the rule number 2? When the light passes from denser medium to rare medium, the light rays, that refracted ray, always away from the normal. Okay, that is your rule number 2. That is, when the light passes from the denser medium to rare medium, here your denser medium is water and rare medium is air. So look at the arrow. First, A diagram, small a. Small a, compare both the diagrams, that is denoted by the small a. Here is the light ray passes from denser medium to rare medium. The refraction, the refracted ray always bends away from the normal. Okay, and when we increase the angle of incidence, look at the diagram A, B and C. Compare the small a, small b and small c with second diagram. Okay, so when we increase the angle of incidence, the angle of refraction also increases, right? And if we increase the again and again, look at this second diagram, B, small b. Compare both diagram of small b. Look at this. There is the angle of refraction is 90 degree. If the angle of refraction it reaches at 90 degree, that angle of incidence is called as critical angle. Remember that when the value of R is 90 degree, then that angle of incidence means I is called as critical angle. Okay students, when you write all these notes in your notebook, please underline this main point, that is when the value of R is 90 degree, underline it, and after that critical angle. What that angle of I? The angle of I is called as critical angle. Remember this, when R is 90 degree, angle of I is critical angle. Okay, and if you again increases the I, when we increases the angle of incidence, when you increase, it is greater than the critical angle. When we increases the angle of incidence, which is greater than the critical angle, means it is the angle we increases, it is more than the 90 degree. Look at the diagram number small c, that small c. Compare both the diagram of small c, A and B. Compare this diagram and compare that small c diagram. When we increases the critical angle, okay, so angle of refraction also increases and it becomes more than 90 degree. And if the angle of refraction is more than 90 degree, instead of refraction there is a reflection here. So when the light rays incident and reflected back in the same medium, right, that incident and reflected back, so there is a reflection. If the angle of the value of R is more than 90 degree, the light get reflected back into the same medium, that is in denser medium. So there is a reflection here. So what is that? That reflection is called as total internal reflection. Okay. So remember, first point is that value of R, if the value of R is 90 degree, the angle of incidence is called as critical angle. Okay. And if the value of R is more than 90 degree, then light get reflected back into the denser medium, into the water, and that process is called as total internal reflection. Now, what is meant by partially reflection? When the light rays enters a rare medium from the denser medium, or light rays enters from the water to the air medium, what will happen? Some light rays partially reflected. Okay, look at the first small a, small b diagram. There is some reflection is there. That is nothing but the partial reflection. Okay, that term is called as partial reflection. So main points, please take a screenshot, students, and underline all the important points in your notebook. Okay, students, what is this? Yes. Hello. You must have seen in the time of the rainfall that it is nothing but the rainbow, right? It is having 7 colors, different 7 colors which are scattered in atmospheric air. Okay, so this is the rainbow. How does it happen? Let us look. Now remember this, students, the rainbow is nothing but the natural phenomenon. Okay, this is the natural process which is occur in the earth atmosphere. How it occurs? How the rainbow is formed? When the light ray, when the after the rainbow is appears up after the rain falls, after the rain showers. But when the sunlight strikes on that rainbow or strikes on that water drops, right? So rain, after the showering, after the rainfall, and when the sun rays are there, means sunlights are there, then only the rainbow form, right? So sun rays and the rainbow form, always it appears in opposite direction of the sun, right? So it appears in opposite direction of the sun. Means what? The sun rays, that sunlight rays incident on the water droplets, right? So water droplets are there. Look at this figure. There is a water drop. That is your raindrop. In the raindrop, the sun rays incident. Now look at the diagram. First B. B nothing but the refraction, where the sunlight rays refract from the rare medium to denser medium. So here air is the rare medium and water drop, that is your denser medium, right? So water, the sun rays passes from the air to the incident into the water droplet. So refraction happened, right? So from first transparent medium to second transparent medium, so refraction is there. So sun rays passes from the rare medium, means air, to the denser medium, that is your water droplets. Then second one, F is nothing but the dispersion. So when it enters into the water droplet, it gets scattered into 7 colors, that is your rainbow, right? It's scattered into different colors having different wavelength. So in the water droplet, it gets scattered, means what? That process is called a dispersion. So first process in the water droplet, that is refraction. Second process is nothing but the dispersion. Okay. After that, what will happen? On the surface of the water droplets, it shows the total internal reflection. So it get reflect, that scattering of light, it again incident on the surface of the water droplet, and that is nothing but the reflection. So reflection is there, so that's why it is inner side of the water droplet, inner surface of the water droplets. That's why it is called as total internal reflection. Okay. Now after what will happen? Again it will be refracted. Okay. Again refraction is there, means what? Light passes from the water towards the air. Okay. Again it passes through the from the water through the air. So again refraction is there. So D is nothing but the refraction. All the processes, these are the processes. Which processes occurs during the rainbow or during this phenomenon? In this process, the natural phenomenon, that is nothing but the rainbow. In this natural phenomenon, there are many processes. It is the combination of many processes like dispersion, refraction, and total internal reflection of light. So remember this, B is nothing but the refraction, dispersion, total internal reflection. Again refraction is there. First students, remember this means what? It acts as a small prism, that water droplets, it acts as a small prism. Why? Because the sun rays is nothing but the white beam light, and it incident and get refracted and disperse into 7 colors and forms a rainbow, right? So it acts as a small prism. So remember this students, and take a screenshot please, and remember that the natural phenomenon is nothing but the rainbow and the combination of 3 processes, that is dispersion, refraction, and total internal reflection. Okay, so these are the very important points.